PLTW POE Semester 2 Final Presentation, made and narrated by Tradelio. Simple machines. We learned about many simple machines and how they work and benefit to make work easier. We also learned about how they are used in everyday life, such as levers, wheel and axles, inclined plane, and screws. As you can see, there are many examples shown in this picture. Gears and gear ratios. We learned about gear ratios' role in producing torque or speed based off of how you place and arrange them. We learned the use and processes of how to calculate the mechanical advantage of these gears. Compound machine calculations. We learned how to calculate the gear ratios and advantages for speed or power within these compound machines. We had to calculate the wheel and axle ratios, the simple gear train ratios, and the pulley ratios, and then add them all up and do our calculations to get the total IMA, or ideal mechanical advantage. Compound machine design project. For our compound machine design project, we decided to make a pizza cutter. We had to include 3 simple machines that we learned about, then make them into one product or one idea or machine. We chose to make a pizza cutter because the handle acted as a lever, the blade or cutting edge acted as a wedge, and the bolt and pizza wheel acted as a wheel and axle. We also had to calculate the IMA for each simple machine as well as the entire tool's IMA. Trusses and civil engineering. We learned about the jobs and practices of a civil engineer, what they go through and what they do. The main one we focused on was bridge building, more specifically the support trusses. We learned that trusses can be put on the sides, top, and even bottom of the bridges to provide support to them. For our project, we had to build a truss within certain size constraints that would be 3D modeled, laser cut, then tested for their strength and efficiency. I chose a custom truss based off of a Pratt truss because it had low weight, which means it had very few support beams, but it still performed strong, and it was supposedly the strongest truss. My truss performed very well and had very good efficiency rating, and this was an extremely fun project. The very first thing we did was to weigh our trusses for the efficiency. Mine weighed at 12.38 grams, which is very light. Here is the truss. The Pratt truss comes into effect with these V and the line down, but I decided to add a couple of support beams and this extra beam here and here to make it look like an X, and made it a little bit thicker all around so it could perform a little bit better. Here is the graph of the truss test before it broke. Mine went to a max of 331 newtons, which, if I remember correctly, is about 75 pounds, which is very good for a very small wooden truss that had a member thickness of only an eighth of an inch, so that performed very well. You can see the breakage happened at one of the X's down here and right at the bottom, and the members, which is a very good sign that it broke at the members, because that's what you want to see. You don't want to see it that it broke at the joints, which you can see here it broke right at the member. If it broke at the joints, it would be down here and up here, but that's a very good sign, meaning it was a very strong truss. PLTW POE review. I really enjoyed this year and this semester of POE, or Principles of Engineering, and would highly recommend you take this class if you have it at your school. Thank you for watching and have a great summer.